recall how much development was possible by implementing all of these changes?
I don't remember.
It seems like it was fairly significant number of acres.
Hundreds of acres. I think it's like something like 200 acres in that neighborhood.
That now is not developable, and
developable is a banker's decision. So the issue is how attractive is land for development, and by reducing the train horn noise through the central corridor, it could make it much more attractive to people who want to invest. So, because there's been talk of people not wanting to invest money because of the trains.
But that whole 5.5 mile area is in the floodplain, so you got to be a whole other issue
Absolutely.
there.
I agree. That is in the floodplain, and so there are issues with that. The whole area that's affected is not in the floodplain, but the train runs through the train is basically running right next to the river, so it is the center of that is in the center of the floodplain. So absolutely, that's something anybody who builds has to think about. Build on stilts.
It's Keith Thompson. I'm president of Asheville Civitan Club this year. I'd like to invite each and every one of you to join us for the upcoming television series Spirit of Civitan TV. It's going to be on URTV, and we're going to be covering some of the important issues affecting our community. We're going to be meeting some of the civic leaders who are making a difference every day in the lives of our community, and making things better for our children and grandchildren, making this a better place in which to live. So we hope you will be able to join us and watch our series as it comes forward. Thank you.
Notify me if you try to escape. Hey, hey, welcome to the Mad Scientist Secret. I'm still in the throes of running out.
Yeah. Oh, you're on the air. We're on the air.
Oh, yes, we are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to.
Would you like a microphone? I can,
Not yet.
well,
Well, I could.
I can fix you up one. If you want to hear what's going on, it's in the headphones. We've got shake static running.
Flowers again. I never think of it till I get up here and see how much it takes to flowers.
For a different guitar.
Yeah, probably different guitar customers. This is.
That's fine.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I thought I was woman. There you go.
Oh, you've got some stuff on.
It's, you're on it now. It's all you and your guitar.
I'm trying to think of an Obama song to write.
You know something, those Martins are just about the, what are those fine violins called? Yeah,
Stradivarius.
they're about the Stradivarius of
Yeah.
acoustic guitars, aren't they? In their sound. You know what I found about a Stradivarius?
What?
They are loud. You
I've
can-
never seen one.
You can tell a Strat right off because it's twice as loud as anything else in the audience.
No kidding.
Yeah. If you want to know, I mean, sure, they sound good. They've got low end, they've got high end, they've got everything and all.
Basically, they're loud.
But what they got more than anything else is they scream.
Yeah.
They are loud.
Yeah.
And
Makes a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. That's a loud violin, a Stradivarius. You can be heard out above everybody else, you know. So if your number one man is playing a Strat,
He'll go.
project. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no.
Oh, there you are. It's gonna be it's the Mushroom Man show right now. Oh, you gonna join him?
And it's Matt with the cupcake.
Okay.
Cupcake.
It's Cupcake Blues.
Okay, you give us a rendition. The Mushroom Man's rendition of Cupcake Blues.
Alright. My favorite version. Sadly, I will not be able to stick around for very long.
Why? I don't see why.
Well, I gotta meet my mom. I'm taking her dog for the weekend.
Yeah.
So,
I think that looks good. Y'all are rather centered, but I think it looks good. Oh, look right there. Are you ready right now?
I'm coming right back. I'm just gonna wash my take off my fingers. I'm very excessive compulsive about hand washing.
We'll let Matt be in the middle of the picture when he gets back. He likes that.
coming to town.
They're disappearing quickly out here. So.
I see what you mean.
Cupcakes and tea.
So I figured I better bring it in.
Here we go.
bring it in now
Oh,
and
there is
I'll-
some.
Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do those look
I
familiar?
come and have tea later.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will some tea brewing later. I think I better go get the water boiling.
Well, we're going out to West Virginia. Go to wear that ball and chain. Going out to West Virginia. Never thought I'd be coming back this way again.
You know, normally you don't think of brown as a color that glows with a magical otherworldly light, but when it's chocolate, just saying. Just saying.
When you can smell it too,
Yes.
it makes it glow better, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I agree completely.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm here.
Would you like a teapot sitting in front of you?
I'd love a teapot sitting in front of me. Gives me a greater sense of completion.
Surely you weren't sitting there feeling incomplete.
You never know. You never know what inner demons any particular person is battling with at any given time.
Isn't that the truth?
So, I'd at a glance very often can't tell who is an incomplete on the inside
Are
at a
you
given moment.
battling? Are you currently battling in general?
Probably not. I don't think so. No more or less than
Seem a
usual.
little pensive for yourself today.
Yeah, oftentimes it is. Mostly I just know I'm not leaving soon, so therefore I'm gonna get back. Just feel like I can get back and relaxing.
Okay. So I was gonna say just relax, but you don't feel like it. You gotta release it. Now what you got to do? You got something to do.
I gotta meet my mom because I'm taking her dog for the weekend.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Oh yeah.
Taking her dog where?
keeping it. My mom's driving to Charlotte for.
I forgot to bring the cream again, but I
I
think
don't
it's
even
just a
remember
little
what.
in the
No
other one.
cream? We can dump a
I think I've just.
muffin in.
I think I just remembered.
That's what we're all here for.
Indeed. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I feel a little better today. Since the flu hit me, I've been very tired for the last 2 months. And,
Yeah.
but got a good night's sleep last night, and the weather's warming up outside, and it's time to get the stuff planted in the ground. Get the mushrooms growing.
Will you grow other things on your farm beside mushrooms?
Yeah,
You
I
got
grow a lot of
garden.
greens, lettuce, a variety of vegetables.
Uh-huh.
And we have our nice market starts on Sunday in Marshall. We're gonna have a good time. You should come down. Bring your camera. Come down to the market and have a little. We'll give you some free veggies.
Well, I would like to do that.
Have you been? You've been to Marshall?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you live in Madison, so you.
Yeah, I used to live up
Grapevine.
Petersburg store there, yeah. Towards Grapevine, not actually on Grapevine, but up that way,
In the
know.
Grapevine Community Center.
Sorta. I was not on the dark side, like. and you go up over the
Were you
mountain.
in? You were up.
Now, is it Grapevine that goes over the mountain, or is that, I want to call it
What is that? We talked about that last week. I couldn't remember the name of
the
that.
dirt road? And if you hadn't been over it since the last good rain, you always want to check with somebody before you.
No, they really
They
spiffed
fixed
that road up.
I bet they have by now. It's been so
Yeah.
many years.
Yeah, they spiffed it up. It's a nice road. Goes over to.
Laurel, exactly. The dark side.
Yeah, is that the dark side?
That's the dark side. That's where Michael David Arrington said. So he called it the dark side. We live over on the dark side. He
Yeah.
said.
Why is it the dark side?
Well, it is.
Just the,
it's the
is it
dark
just-
side of the mountain.
Okay.
North side of the mountain, probably.
It is darker over there.
Okay.
But as you go over the mountain, that's the dark side.
Yeah.
I find that a very simple and straightforward explanation.
Yeah. Nothing mysterious. It's dark over there.
We live on the dark side, he says. But that was sure enough. You used to be if you went that route.
That was rough. Used to be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
is
was
it,
over there a couple of years ago.
is it Dogwood that it goes over? Is that the mountain? Is it Dogwood Mountain?
I don't really know.
Or is the road Dogwood, or is it Grapevine?
I think it's Grapevine up to the top, and then it changes into something else on the other side. On
Really?
The dark side, probably. Yeah.
I thought it was the same road all the way over, and is it, what's the name of the mountain it goes over?
I don't really know. Grapevine Mountain, is it?
I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it should come back
it's
out.
It's not been that long, but I mean, to me, 15 plus years is a long time, to remember the name of the road. I don't remember names very well.
It's been a long time.
They paved it now, or is it still rock?
Last time I was over, it's been about 3 years ago, and it was still dirt. But
Okay.
but good. I bet they paved it by now, because they're paving everything.
Yeah.
They're gonna pave Sugar Camp, my road out
That'd
there.
be amazing. I'd be just blown away to see that paved.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because like I
changed,
say,
changed a lot.
we went over that road fairly often because, I mean, it was almost from our door to the other side. That's the way we went to Laurel, you know. And we had friends over there.
Who was over there?
Oh, I'll tell you somebody you probably know. Lionel Phyllis. Do you know?
Oh,
yeah. We'd go over to see Lionel or Michael. See, I'd run over to see Michael. He was my buddy. And then, and Lionel lived over there. Lionel and Mary
Yeah.
lived over there. And
They
I
split
guess-
up.
I know it. They are crazy. and I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way, but they are just.
No, they're very beautiful people.
Yes, they are. They are.
Lionel's a good guitar player and good gospel singer.
And he'll play piano too and sing and stuff. Yeah, I know he'll play all kinds of stuff and sing some songs and stuff. Do you know?
Zeke, his oldest boy, he's a member of the farmers market. He's a
Okay.
big strapping young man.
What's he bring?
Variety of stuff.
Variety of vegetables. What do you know the story of Lionel Phyllis when he was in San Francisco? Did you know that Lionel Phyllis coined the word hippie? He was in San Francisco when the hippie thing started, and there were starting to be freaks showing up on the streets in Haight-Ashbury and stuff. And a newspaper reporter came along and was wanting to write an article about it, and he interviewed Lionel, who was on the street that day, and he says, "Who are these people? What are these people?" And Lionel said, "Well, they're hippies." He just
blurted it out.
Yeah, they're hippies. He says they're hippies, and that got written in the newspaper. And from there on, they were hippies.
Was Lionel famous?
That interview with Lionel Phyllis, and from that point on, they were hippies. So I hear that's the story.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if how much spiritual power you can get from coining a phrase. Because in some primitive cultures, you think that you get a certain amount of strength from defeating your enemy, or killing them, or conquest, or something like that. But and you look at it from a more modern information age perspective.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah, if you coin a phrase that generations later goes around the world, does it give you an extra measure of strength?
Doesn't seem to have
done
helped
so.
Lionel much.
Okay.
Well, you just.
But you never can tell.
But
Now,
you
Lionel's
don't.
a pretty spiritual person.
He is. That's what I'm saying. You don't know. You don't know what it may be for Lionel, because just to look at Lionel.
Words are powerful. You're right about it.
If you wanted to have a portrait of the old man of the mountains, Lionel Phyllis would have to sit for that portrait. He would be the one to sit for it. And he's looked like that since he was young.
Yeah. Lionel's always looked like that.
That's right. I once tried to photograph him and his family, and that cabin where they used to live and everything, and I wanted to go up there and do a serious photo shoot on all that. And Lionel said no. He says, no, still my image, and stuff. And I couldn't do it. I always regretted that because I thought they were a very picturesque gang, every one of them.
Jemima's beautiful.
Lionel and Mary.
Have you seen her since you grew up?
I hadn't seen it.
Have you ever seen Jemima? It's been 15 years, so she may not have. No,
Yeah.
she was there, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I've not seen her since she's grown up. But
Beautiful woman. I think she's married now.
every one of them would have been, would have been, are photo worthy. That whole family was photo worthy. The whole family and their environment, and just their daily what they were doing. Just Lionel sitting around, or whatever. It was very picturesque, on that porch up there, or in that cabin. And Mary would have the
Rafters full of food.
Well, yeah, they'd have everything hung and stuff like that, but she'd have a quilt, hanging from the ceiling. She'd get a quilt out she used to have a quilting frame, and to get it out of the room, they hoisted it up on strings and would let it up, and then she'd let it down to quilt on it, and then put it back up, and she burned it got on the light bulb, and the light bulb burned a hole in it. And so she patched that hole and she embroidered it, and it was a light bulb on that, and stuff like that.
but I always liked to go see them.
Gentlemen,
Go before tea comes.
I am gonna go before tea comes.
Well, thank you for coming as long as you did.
Why, certainly.
I guess I should have talked to you more while, because you were going to be quick in and out.
You're gonna be putting up with me all day tomorrow anyway.
Oh, I know.
Actually-
we have Dune ribbons tomorrow.
We have Doom Ribbons tomorrow.
What is that?
Not done.
Dune ribbons. It's a duo, 2 of them.
Yeah.
And apparently they're hitting the big time right now and stuff. Like, you know how that is. So,
No, not really.
oh, when people come on Mount Dungeon, we got the big time.
Big time.
We're the big time.
Actually, I'm not gonna be going live tomorrow. I'm gonna be helping film the opening bout for the Blue Ridge Roller Girls. Which, actually, since I'm here, the sound is fine, right? Of course we have sound. I just want to do a wee shout out. Tomorrow at the Asheville Civic Center, doors open at 6, the bout begins at 7, is the opening bout for the Blue Ridge Roller Girls. And it's a season
opening
opener.
bout for the season.
Yeah, opening season bout for Blue Ridge Roller Girls. Tickets are $12, so if you want to do something that's a little bit different, want to enjoy a little bit of a show, check out the Roller Girls tomorrow, Asheville Civic Center. And I'm going to be helping to film it.
All right.
And that's why you're not.
That should be
live.
great fun.
I'm looking forward
Have
to
you got
it.
all this cleared up with
Yeah, I talked to Jonathan about a few days ago.
Kurt?
That's what I was going over with him when I was sitting in there when you were walking by.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to rerun a couple afternoon-friendly episodes of Mount Dungeon in my time slot.
We're gonna have roller derby then on your TV.
Yeah, it's going to get filmed, and, you know, obviously it'll take a few weeks, because it's whenever anybody gets an opportunity to edit it, but, yes, there is going to be some episodes, not episodes, there's going to be some roller girls, some roller derby action on your TV at some point.
How many
so.
of you will be shooting it?
2, I believe.
Okay, because it's going to take at least 2.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of editing, I really believe, you know, in order to really follow the action right.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 would probably be even better, but that would probably make the editing just.
Fisticuffs. It'd be a roller derby in the editing room.
Yeah. So, this should be fun.
Come out to the roller derby.
This was planned weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's funny because a few days ago I was offered an opportunity to officiate at a Battle of the Bands.
Yes.
That's tomorrow afternoon. And so it was a little bit too much of a short notice.
Right.
But, you know, I'm kind of honored that, you know, they say, hey, who can we get to be like the officiator at a Battle of the Bands? And somebody said, hey, how about that guy from Mount Dungeon? So I'm really honored that somebody asked me.
Right.
Yeah, you're famous.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, already made the commitment.
That's what I'm
to the
telling you.
girls,
They're the big time. That's a whole crew. I mean, here I run in here and run everything myself. Go in there. All I have to do is sound. Somebody else is, other people running cameras, other people running the switcher, the lights. You know, I mean, it's just all.
Very professional.
Somebody else is doing post production. Somebody is editing it in post production, and